Greetings again, adventurers, and welcome back to Let's Play Revelations Persona. Don't yield to the power of demons. Live long and prosper. Not really sure how an Augustus tree can do the hand signal of Leonard Nimoy, aka Mr. Spock from Star Trek. But then again, this is Revelations Persona we're talking about. But anyway, in the last episode, we finally got to enter the Velvet Room, which the game doesn't tell you this, but you can only enter the Velvet Room after you've rescued Mark. How you're supposed to know that is pretty much moon logic in any case. Oh, by the way, we also rescued Brad as well, but we didn't really recruit him into our party. He's gone back to school. And that's probably a good place for us to return to at this particular moment in time, so we should probably head out ourselves. Making our way back to St. Hermalin in order to make sure that everyone else is doing alright there. We should be all good, and ready and raring to go. Well, the only real thing left for us to do apart from let me just check my map here. Here we are, heading in the right direction, obviously. Oh, and there's somebody over here. That's interesting. Girl with the same uniform heading into the subway station. But so somebody from St. Hermalin has gone to one of these tunnels. Let's actually have a look, because we can actually enter the subway entrances now. We couldn't before because we needed to go to hospital. And this is some very catchy music. Very spacious down here. But I imagine whoever it was that came down here did so hoping to use the subway as a means to get outside. But I don't think things are going to be quite that easy. And lo and behold, it's Ellen. Alana did say that she ventured outside on her own. Maybe this is what she was talking about. It's a bit of a long story, Ellen. No, it isn't. We need to find a way out, and I'm guessing, judging from you standing here, that the subway is not an option. But we're glad you're safe as well. This whole town is messed up. And apparently Ellen had no luck using the subway as a means to escape Lunavale. Not surprising. As Brad went back to school, and Yukino's still there, and Alana, sorry, since you're here, Ellen. But let's bring her up to speed on everything else that's been going on right about now. Now, normally Ellen would actually be a fairly decent choice to bring along as a fellow party member and persona user, given Nike's unique abilities, and the fact that Ellen herself is a pretty formidable fighter in and of her own right. But for the purposes of this Let's Play adventure, we won't take her with us. Apologies, but well, at least she knows what's going on. And she's going to do some more scouting for us, which is probably the best we can hope for in this case. Take her as well. And off she goes. Well, we came because we heard somebody from St. Hermalin was down here, which just so happened to be Ellen. But there's really nothing more we can do here. You were calling her loony earlier in the hospital, but she does actually seem to be very, well, composed for that matter. No, in addition to the barrier blocking us from outside, none of the trains are running, so we cannot leave. I think we're gonna go that way as well, but I think this is the way we came in. I'm pretty sure it is, unless I'm mistaken. We're all turned around, but try and head out the same way we came in. So the subway is useless to us, which is not really surprising given if it were that easy to leave the town, we would have done so. But never mind. And I think we actually came out a slightly different way. I think that was a subway that we went down. Yeah, it was. But we're still pretty much heading in the same direction, which is a good thing. All we need to do is make it to the school, and I'll cut out any additional demons and demon encounters along the way, unless it happens to be one that I need the card to, because I still need some demon spell cards. Just a group of Jack Frosts, nothing overly to be worried about, and we don't really need to see the clinic, and we can heal anyway, so that's always a good thing. But just going to keep pressing on as quickly as possible. And of course we have Muscat here, fortunately, so it's Mark's time to shine. He can finally get his spell card. Dance, Mark. Dance like you've never danced before. He's a maniac after all. Oh, that didn't work. Arg. Dagnabbit. Well, how very kind of you, Musket. Let's try staring instead. Hopefully this works. There we go. Yeah. Sometimes it doesn't always work, but it, in this case, seems to be working. Glare all you want. We need your spell card. Hooray! Spell card acquired. Another one I can cross off the list. Spell card acquired from Musket. There we go. And no experience from that because we negotiated. Still need to find the demons known as the Knockers. We might find them at the hospital if we can actually go back there. Actually need to make our way to the school. Okay, we got zombie cop, ghoul, and a bar here, or a firebird. Well, we're gonna need all of them at any rate, so I might go for the ghoul actually. So Nate and Mark will be responsible for this round of demon negotiations. Don't screw this up. Oh, I screwed up. Mark, alleviate the situation and do some more manic dancing. And it's Nate's time to redeem himself and finish off this round of negotiating. Give me your spell card, a wise and powerful demon. Spell card's almost a collector's item. And it's actually a good thing that we only really need to collect one card. We don't have to hold on to the cards, because we can't hold 150 or 142 cards in this case. So I can mark Ghoul off the list. Yeah. We're getting closer, but some demons will be quite painful to negotiate with. And that's odd. For some reason, it seems that the Davis system has somehow caused the school to vanish completely, leaving a dark void where St. Hermalin used to be. Which basically means we can't go back inside, which means that Brad, Yukino, and Alana are trapped inside. But can we actually enter this pool of darkness? Well, there's only one way to find out, dear adventurers. So without further ado, let us head inside. What was that, I hear you ask, adventurers? That was a little something known as foreshadowing. That was a hint to something that Philemon had alluded to when we arrived at the shrine in our second encounter. What we just saw was in fact the hint to something known rather ominously as the Ice Castle. And the reason I say that is because, well, we can't actually venture to St. Hermalin as it is right now, because St. Hermalin has actually been transported to a completely different dimension altogether, in part to something known terrifyingly as the Snow Queen quest. Now remember Philemon's cryptic words of choosing the right door. There are actually multiple paths that you can choose, two alternative paths in Megami Ibanroku Persona. The first path, which is the only path we can take in Revelations Persona, is taking on Sebek by going straight to their headquarters and dealing with Guido Sardinia eventually. But believe it or not, there was actually another quest in Megami Ibanroku Persona that was omitted from the localized Revelations Persona, which is, as I said before, is known as the Snow Queen quest. The Snow Queen quest is the alternative path to a completely different ordeal. It is somewhat harder, considerably harder to initiate, and even more harder to actually go through. Not that we won't be facing any sort of ordeal thus far, but yeah, for all intents and purposes, that ominous foreshadowing that we saw a moment ago is the only hint of the Snow Queen quest in Revelations Persona. And I'm debating whether or not to actually tackle the Snow Queen quest itself once I finish this Let's Play adventure of Revelations Persona. But for now, I'm actually going to see if I can head back to the hospital before we go to the abandoned factory to finally infiltrate Sebek headquarters here in Lunavale. So bear with me just a moment. Just ran into a new enemy, adventurers. These are Kari, or Kushi, as they're known as in Megami Ibanroku Persona. And of course, since we're relatively high enough level, we can negotiate with them. And since we don't have Brad in our party, I'm going to be the one handling this particular round this time. And what bargain might that be? There's always a bargain when it comes to demons. And, well, I think it just so happens that we have one of those. I'm pretty sure we do. Yeah, we do. Of course we do. I remember picking one up before, but our interest is already flashing, which is good. I'm gonna make you angry, but interest is already, our interest is already good. Yeah, we pretty much want you a spell card. Because that's, of course, we wanted that. There we go. We can cross that off the list. Wasn't expecting to run into you so soon, but it's always a good thing. And I will see you all at the hospital in just a moment. Alright, so we've made it back to the general hospital. And I got a few spell cards along the way. Firebird, Carry, and Zombie Cop, at least. Which is adding more to my collection. I wonder if we can actually go back in here. And more encounters. And that's odd. Why does Mary think that the general hospital is a castle? Yeah, something's actually, something still isn't quite right. But we can't enter here, unfortunately. And I just realized that the persona that we have summoned in the Velvet Room, we don't actually have in our possession because we didn't get them from Igor. So you're gonna have to go back there. So I'll see you all in just a moment. And we have yet another new enemy. These are known as Shark Tooths, also known as Afank, I think, in Megami Ibanroku Persona. We don't have Nate in our, well, we don't have Ellen in our party, so Nate is going to take the reins on this one. And I think bribing it with our goods will be the best approach. I also need to get the oh boo. I think we've got magic stones. We've got magic stones for days. Please work. I can't afford to have this not work. The usual life energy, which always seems to be the case. And that increases interest. Thank you very much. As I was saying, we really need to get the Agathians, or the Magic Urns, spell card eventually at some point. I'll be doing a lot of that off screen, but for now I'm still heading back to the Velvet Room to get the rest of those personas. And fortunately we're just outside of Joy Street, so we can just head right in. Yeah, still unfortunately haven't come across any of those knockers or imps. I really would love to be able to run into those because I cannot afford to miss even a single demon. And unfortunately there is no guide that actually says where exactly each demon is. Now that's very annoying for the later demons as well. But right now we're back in the Velvet Room. And Igor greets us in his usual manner. I won't be using that sound clip every single time, just the one time. Deliver a race. We actually need Igor to actually give us extra personas. No, I didn't mean to press the circle button. Don't ever press the circle button. That's a bad thing. It's a very bad thing. The only personas that we currently can use right now are ones that are not in grey. So, but in Revelation's persona, it doesn't really tell us exactly which persona is compatible with which user. Pawn, Jack Frost, and I times 1. I think I'll take Pawn for the moment, since the Emperor seems to be my main Arcana, and since the Lover's Arcana is Mary's Arcana, she can have Jack Frost to complement Maria. And I think I might as well, I think I might also take on Magician I times 1. There we go. That's pretty much all we really needed to do. We can't take on the other personas yet because we're not high enough of a level. Farewell, Igor. I doubt this will be the last we'll see of you. And so once again I'll be running around off screen trying to find more demons and acquiring more spell cards before we finally head over to the abandoned factory. So I'll see you all in just a moment, adventurers. And some new enemies, new demons, level 8 ghosts, and well, there's also thugs. I think we saw them earlier, but in case not, these are hoodlums, also known as thugs, and these are ukabaks, also known as grubs for some reason. Might as well have Mary waste time with the ghost, and I'll probably get these other two demons off screen, just in case. This is really just a bit more filler. Oh, wow, he did not like that one bit. Or maybe it wants the magic stone. We're running out of those. Okay, that's enough of that. It's time for Mark to bust out some moves. Dancing like a complete maniac. And ghosts can't dance, apparently. And I think he just read. Oh no, we had a magic stone, which is good. We will use your card extra wisely, Mr. Ghost. Receive the spell card. Hooray. Another one off the list. Alright, we're back here in the Sunmore, since I've got a full collection of spell cards, so it's time to visit the Velvet Room here, since they've, well, both Velvet Rooms essentially lead to the same dimension. Because the Velvet Room is also the part of the collective unconsciousness. And it is time to see what else we can summon in terms of personas. We can summon quite a lot. But, here's one that's another fan favorite. The brother of Jack Frost is Jacko, or Pyro Jack. We might be getting him around this time, but there's also Hive as well. I actually had to look at Hive earlier. And there's Empress Rain, which uses a lot of gravity, but it's also earth elemental as well. I might do this one. Where we go with another summoning. I'll be summoning a few more personas as well. Eagle to hold on to. Just to thin out the ranks of spell cards, but I think I've collected about 10 spell cards so far. I think, well, actually more than 10, I should say. But actually not doing too badly. And actually that may have not have been entirely of what I'd hoped, but more pawn. This is a, well, fairly good persona around this time. Chariot Vortec, who has Nuke and Newtmore, or Nukemore, not Newmore. Reflects Blast or nuclear attacks, weak against Spirit. You know what? We'll go for them. I know it's a red, but I don't care at this point. But Vortec is definitely a good persona to have for later. When we get to around level 18, which won't be that long. And the fact that it only blinked once means that we got Vortec. Hooray. We can't use a Vortec right now because we're not high enough to wield it, but we will be in due time. And Belladonna singing in the background as usual, providing the lovely velvet melody. Loki is level 50, so we can't use Loki or the Devil Arcana right now, but and there's Emperor Ugg, who will be fairly useful later. And Starsumi is a persona that I really like using from time to time. And you know what? I said I was going to get Pyrojack, and I will, because why not? You can never have too many jacks in Persona. There we go. The brother of Jack Frost has now arrived. Hooray. Pyrojack is also the Lover's Arcana. Unfortunately in Revelations Persona there is no Jack combo attack, which is most unfortunate. We only have about 6 personas left, and we can't fuse any of the we can fuse Sumi, even though it'll be a while before we can manifest that persona. So, Sumi it is. Which is marvelous. And this is taking a while, but it never hurts to have decent personas that we can actually use in battle against the other demons. That will definitely come in handy much later. I think I might end up fusing one more persona in this particular episode. One more. We have Anubis, which is actually supposed to be Anubis of the Temperance Arcana. Drum Punch is useful for hitting multiple enemies, and then you've got Spirit Norm, Judgment, and Life. But, you know what? No, we can't summon Persona just yet. And there's no way that we're going to be able to summon Loki. And, don't really need Hellcat at this particular point in time. So we're just going to depart from the Velvet Room. And away we go again, dear adventurers. And I think I'm actually going to call that an episode because we're pretty much at the 30-minute mark. And so I'm going to head back to the Sun Mall of Augustus Tree and save here. Just to keep track of my progress. I believe there are 2 more demons that I really would like to be able to find. I should be able to run into the Frumans, which are the blue lizard demons, but I haven't run into any imps yet, which is very annoying because I really do not want to miss any spell cards if I can get them. We'll save over our previous record, as usual, just to make sure that our progress has been recorded for posterity's sake, and with that I will leave you here. So when we return, adventurers, hopefully I would have found both demons, and from then on we will finally be able to go to the abandoned factory and make our way through to Spec's hidden entrance with the use of the security card given to us by Nancy. As always, adventurers, until next we meet.